what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy them. As it was a great time in Tiger Stadium.
It was a good time.
On Saturday. I mean, show me the school in the country that can produce a cooler image than Joe Burrow and Angel Reese standing next to each other pointing at their ring fingers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm waiting. Well, if I were to continue waiting until you could give me a superior answer, we would be waiting the entirety of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, because it just doesn't happen. And it was so funny watching Angel Reese walk through the crowd like she is a bona fide superstar at this point, Jake. But a great day in Tiger Stadium. You were actually on the call. How'd it go? Like, where do you think the best place to start here is?
So the call was fun. I get a chance to do that, I guess, maybe the last 3 or 4 years, because obviously the voice of the LSU Tigers, Chris Blair, is always calling baseball. And so Gordy goes up, and I guess I'm the relief pitcher that comes in for Gordy. But I enjoyed it, and to be down there on the field and kind of get a chance to, talk to some of the assistant coaches, get a chance to talk to the weight staff. And, look, I'm such a meathead. The first person I go to is I go to Jake Flint, the strength coach, because I want to know, hey, what's going on in the weight room, who's shined, who's been the risers, who's been doing what they're supposed to do. And it's funny, he started at receiver, and he got through, and it was great stuff. And I said, Coach, that's the first time I've ever talked to a strength coach that he started with the receivers. And he started laughing. He's like, yeah. He goes, look, I hadn't had it many times. But he talked about Kyren Lacy, and he talked about Brian Thomas Jr. Those were the two guys that he kind of led with. And I'm like, okay. And so, I got in my notes. And
This is pregame.
This is pregame.
Oh, okay.
I sit down there, and I, mark a couple of stars by their name and kind of remember that. And then first play of the game, Kyren Lacy goes 70 yards. And then, of course, Brian Thomas had a ton of big plays as well. Their bodies look like they've changed. The quarterback's body, certainly Nuss looks like his body type has changed a little bit. And so those are things that I kind of look for because we haven't seen them in a while. We don't get a chance to go to practice. They practice spring in the morning time. But pregame, that was kind of like my point of emphasis. Like, let me go talk to some different people, see how everything's been going in the spring. And all those were good reports. And, again, the strength staff, man, he just lit up when he started talking about his team. And, if it's not going well, a strength coach, certainly, like when you're in that circle, he's gonna be like, man, hey, we need more. We gotta get more. Summertime's gonna be big for us. Those type of conversations. So at least they're doing what they need to be getting done in the weight room and around the program here in the springtime.
Yeah, I mean, look, the spring game was a bit representative, Jake, I think, of just what the kind of word on this program is now, which is smooth, competent, and a ton of potential. Right, for what they can be. The Kyren Lacy catch was awesome. I don't know if there's a great replay online of that, but Jaden Daniels throwing it to Lacy kind of up the seam, and Lacy makes this incredible adjustment where he twists around, jumps up in the air, one hands it, and then to break the tackles at the end to get in the end zone, which is absolutely fantastic. But really, Jake, where I'd probably start is Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
Now, I know you can look at the exact numbers, which are great. I think it's like 10 of 11, 106 of 2 touchdowns. And I don't really care about the numbers because they are what it are. But it just looked, it all just, again, what I say going into the game, I wanted to see how it was going to feel watching him out there, right? Did he conduct himself like someone who knows he is the man and who is thriving in that role and who has the cool confidence of knowing that people are looking to him as the leader? And I felt like he checked all those boxes. And then some. Oh, here's the play, too, if you're watching on youtube.com/1045 ESPN. Now, we do get a bit of what I would call the eternal camp paradox, which is, are we more excited about the offensive play?
Or the defense?
Or are we worried about the lack of defensive tackling?
Hey, play that again.
Right?
Play that again. Play that again. Roll the tape, Taylor. I want to see that again because that was some of your Jimmys and Joes.
Yeah.
On defense right there involved in that play. I mean, you're going to see, Greg Brooks. You're going to see a Harold Perkins. You're going to see a J.K. Johnson. I mean, that's your dudes.
Yeah.
That's your dudes
for sure.
there. But hey, those weights ain't going to lift themselves, and apparently Kyren Lacy's been lifting them.
Yeah, and it looked like he had the strength of the end to get that thing into the end zone. But the point is, whatever, right? At a time when I think the strength of this team, and I think the defense is going to be good, but I think the strength of the team is on the offense.
I do too.
And it's going to be through the quarterback position. I came away from Saturday, and I feel better than ever about Jaden Daniels. Like, all of this preseason top 10 hype is justified. And I now see how Brian Kelly was comfortable coming on the show last week and putting the quote out there into the internet ether that he believes that Jaden Daniels could be the best quarterback in the country.
Yeah, I mean, he said it, and he said it, with his chest down. He said it fast. And, if you cover LSU and you sit here and you see his growth, development, and you just listen to what's going on across in the Ponderosa, like, it's not far-fetched. And you look at what he did last year. I know he has some doubters still for whatever reason, but like, this is what he can give you. Like, both quarterbacks look great.
Yeah,
I mean, we can certainly get into the conversation of where the offense in general is heading, but these weapons, these three receivers, and you have three receivers that you're not trying to force the issue. Like, a lot of times with Kayshawn last year, like, how much of that early in the season were you trying to force the issue? Like, you have to wonder that. You've got this All-American first-round receiver. You're trying to find a way. You're new if you're Jaden Daniels. Hell, if you're anybody, basically, you were new a year ago, and you're trying to get everything going, and you have this weapon. You want to get him going, so, you're trying to maybe force some things here or there. All of that, like, is gone. Like, you didn't feel any of that. It's like, hey, I'm going to go through my progressions. I'm going to throw to the open receiver. We're going to make plays. We're going to continue marching on down the field. And this offense, and just being down there, now we can get to the running game, but just being down there and having to field the offense, the offensive line. I was sitting over there when they came back in a spring game, and we're talking about different things that they saw, some things that, hey, when you got a three, like, hey, give me some left-hand help, and he's like, I got you. Like, just that kind of communication in a spring game. If you already have things like that started, that's good for you heading into the fall. So we can get to the running portion of it, because that's really the only thing that didn't flash in the spring game.
Yeah, I agree. On the O-line, I think pointing out their chill demeanor is actually worth just a quick statement here, because, again, last year that is a group that was really good to solid. But they were it was such a whirlwind experience for them, right? Whether it was Charles Turner ended up starting after not starting all of camp, or having these two freshman offensive tackles. Like, a lot of times it felt like they were, they're on the train and they're just trying to keep it on the tracks. Now they're carrying themselves with the cool confidence that only comes from live in-game experience, right? These are cats who have been there before, and they've developed chemistry, the time on task together, and it's going to continue to pay dividends going forward. Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.